There you go.
There you go. Yeah, no, I don't even care. We could just title it war. We could title it chat. Okay. Hello. It's been a while since I've chatted to you on Zoom. So
yeah.
I kind of know your thoughts on Brazil, but would you like to share them?
Yeah. Well, I think my thoughts slightly evolved a little bit, but it was interesting. I think it was a good race, and the whole weekend was pretty good. Like as a fan, I guess. Like, as a fan of the sport, you can't get angry at what happened because it was kind of exciting. Like, yeah, and it was
specific. Go on. Sorry.
No, and like I guess in terms of Hamilton, it was pretty impressive to see his speed. Like he has a fast car, but I think I forget who said it, but some guy said it on like some like racers that like racing drivers said it. Like you can complain that Hamilton's had a fast car and that's why he's had these championships, but that's not legitimate when you see stuff like this. Like it's not one of his like great. It's not. You can't put it as one of his greatest drives because he's had better drives. It's
like
it's a,
not
it's
the
a good
greatest,
one.
but definitely like the top 10, top 15 for sure.
Probably he's had pretty insane drives.
Dude, he made up 25 places. I know he was in the fastest car with the fastest engine, but he still made up 25 places over the weekend.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
It goes to show, like, I guess, what level Max and Hamilton are, and then what another level that Hamilton is at, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's so right. Verstappen and Hamilton just at this incredible level, these two drivers, which is awesome.
I guess it's a good, like, it, I guess, keeps the title fight more alive going into the rest of the races, which is good. And I think in the past I've been like, like I want Max to win kind of thing. But I think at this point with the excitement that's coming, I'm somewhat indifferent about the final result. But at the same time, like it would be nice to see a change.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure, to see Hamilton not win it. But as I've told you, right, I don't care who wins. If Hamilton wins or Verstappen wins, that's fine because Valtteri Bottas is going to win. Anyway, the point that I just want it to go down to the end and be incredibly close, and Abu Dhabi be this incredible race where it's between Verstappen and Hamilton for whoever wins the title, and whoever beats them on track wins the title. I just really want it to go down to that because, and I hope the cars are evenly matched there too, which I have a feeling they will be, because in Abu Dhabi last year, the Red Bull was actually the fastest car. So
yeah, I think it comes down to a bit of luck, right? Because at the end of the day, if you consider Mercedes, their speed this weekend, right? You can put that down to how. I'm sorry, last weekend. You can put that down to Hamilton being an amazing driver, but there's a factor there that is that car, and at the end of the day, there are two theories to this, right? Which is one, they figured out by like messing around with engines with Bottas, they figured out like a higher power engine. Or not a high power engine, but a mode, or essentially
that could be run for the next 4 races without destroying the engine.
Yeah, so there was like some rumors flying around that they had found an engine that that they could essentially run for about 2,500 kilometers, and essentially that's the mileage of that engine, but they can run it at way higher
power
speed.
output.
Yeah. Pretty much. And
power output.
Sorry, power output. I'm a bit out of it today.
Yeah, that's all good.
But the other thing, I guess, that could be the factor is that it's a setup issue, right? Because because the thing is, people are like, oh look, it's insane that Mercedes has this much power. And it's possible. It's possible that there's some weird shit going on, because you never know, right? Like,
Look at Ferrari, right? It's possible, like
Yeah, because the thing
2019.
is that
But
the kind of like I see what the commenters like comments about like the sudden speed increases are, because like that's what happened with Ferrari. They were good, but then all of a sudden they just became amazing. Yeah, and you're
yeah.
like, yeah, what's going
Well,
on here?
hello there. You've just
Yeah,
sped past me. Yeah.
so there is something like that, but I think at the same time, it's good to it's more important to consider that there could have been setup issues. Considering if you look at the speed traps, Gasly was on top of like some speed traps, and on top of that, it's also the fact that, but also that's a bit misguiding because Gasly got like massive amounts of tow, especially towards the end of the race. So
I don't remember any of this, but okay.
So who knows? I hope that they haven't found some like insane power output and it allows them to walk the next few races.
Look, even if even if they do, yeah, me too. I just hope it's really close. Like it's 14-point difference now, and that's decent. But bring it down to like 5 points or like less than 7, so a win and second place can decide who wins. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think
because that's the difference. 7 points, but forget fastest lap. That's the difference between 25 and 18. Right? Yes.
I agree. I do agree. I think it's going to come down to like how setup is. It seemed like Mercedes got their setup right this weekend, and Verstappen didn't. Verstappen his drive was good, but he wasn't fast. If that makes sense, like. And the thing is, we all know Verstappen's fast, so it's more or less
as fast as Hamilton. Probably this season, yeah.
Like
who knows? Who knows? There's two different teams. You cannot compare unless they're in the same car with the same setup, right?
That's true.
But then even the same setup compromises because one person prefers something slightly different to another. Like one might prefer understeer or oversteer.
Yeah.
Different corrections, different suspension adjustments. It's heaps of stuff, right?
Yeah. I think it's too difficult. But at the same time, it just seemed a bit weird where Verstappen was this weekend. Like he was good.
I thought he was right on top. I thought he was right in place, mate. Like he took the lead, dominated the race. It just Hamilton got up quickly and just managed to outbeat him. Which, to be honest, I'm going to cut you off. I am actually happy in a sense that that's the case. But it's bringing the championship closer. But you know how we get used to Hamilton winning all the time? It's like, oh gosh. Yeah. I was very happy that Hamilton actually won this race, to be fair, because now he's at 100. Not 101. No, because that business in Canada doesn't count. No. So whatever. It's at 101, right? But it actually felt very rewarding for Hamilton to win. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Good on you, Lewis Hamilton. That was really good. And I found the race quite enjoyable all the way throughout. And I'm happy. And the championship's now a little bit closer. It's a bit more even. And it's just, yeah, it's awesome. Fantastic.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where you just hope that, like, I don't know if you saw, there was like an announcement today that Mercedes was
today.
Yeah, but like Mercedes is, they have
foreshadowing
for, like the right to review.
Yeah, I have seen that.
So like, I understand why they would do that, but at the same time, I really, it can't. I think I've said this before. Like, I think we've said this before. You don't want a championship to be decided based on a penalty. Like, it just,
no, that's right. You want it to be based on track.
Yeah, and especially one that's like. I
don't think anything's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, it's like something happening during the race. Something happening during the race, and a driver being able to do something about it is one thing. But something happening after the race, like after the race penalty, serves barely any purpose. Like it doesn't really do much.
Like a €50,000 fine. Exactly. Anyway, can you pause it for a second? I've got to do something quickly.
There we go.
Thank you for that. So what I was going to say is we could talk, there's heaps of talking points of Brazil, right? Obviously the incident between Verstappen and Hamilton, when I feel like Verstappen ran Hamilton off the road. whatever, it doesn't matter. There's heaps of stuff we can talk about, and we could rate them, but no, sorry. I just don't feel like doing that. It's been too long. We should have. It's just been
let's
so
move
busy.
on to.
We just haven't made the time.
It's
Partially
just one
my
of those
fault.
things. I think even I was busy this weekend. It's just not one of those things.
Just was lazy and just didn't make the time for it. Unfortunately, I didn't watch the sprint quali till Sunday afternoon because the race was Monday morning 4 a.m., which is good for me. But I didn't end up watching it. Yeah, I didn't end up watching it till Sunday afternoon. Just I had stuff to do and was just like do this. It's like, all right, let's sit down and watch it. And it didn't disappoint. It was good, right? Hamilton making up the places. Actually,
I didn't necessarily feel like doing any recording after 9 hours of learning about amateur radio.
Yeah,
I want to sleep.
I can totally understand that. Let's talk about sprint quality quickly. I know it's random, but just I like it. I just think it needs to be shorter. I know there's some people think it's going to be long. I think it should be like 75 kilometers, not 100-kilometer distance. With Brazil, it was okay, but with the other two races, I felt like it should have been shorter. So it got into that lull part where you'd expect a pit stop and nothing happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. One of the ways
maybe
to rectify that is
maybe. Otherwise,
tires
might be different. They might all go on the same tire, and there's less strategy. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's possible.
Tricky, isn't it?
One of the things you could do is you just make it so it's like a tire. You have tires come into play, right?
You have to have a pit stop in it.
No, well, that would make it pretty interesting. But could you imagine that you have to have one before the 50-kilometer mark?
Oh my gosh!
It
after
would
lap
make
one and just put on the hard tires. Just no. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's weird. It's interesting what they can do. So I think either it's got to be shorter or it's got to include a pit stop, a mandatory pit stop. But it doesn't have. You don't have to change tire compounds. You can use any tire, including the wet weather tires, if you want to use them in the dry. But anyway,
just do it in Turkey.
That's right. Just Turkey. It's good, but it needs a little bit of tweaking, I think. And I don't have the answer. I don't know if anyone has the answer. So people got to think. People who work for F1 need to think about it, and I'm sure they are. But I really like it because from Friday the action's on. It's like yes, right? Like Friday night if I'm out or if I'm at home, it's like okay, I don't have practice, so I can get started on the F1 now, and it's like a 3-day weekend instead of a 2 almost. It continues to build the excitement earlier on. I think it's good, but needs to be tweaked a little bit. Maybe the sprint race could be like a third of the points type race. Like a third distance, 1/3 of the points. But that doesn't quite translate. But then it takes away from the event of the Grand Prix, which is the main event. So it's like, it's tricky, isn't it? It's so tricky. I don't feel. I wish the F1 people who are working on it luck because it's hard to do. But I commend them for trying new things. That's awesome. Trying new things is always good. Anyway, my reaction to Brazil, fantastic race as usual. Brazil's pretty much, not always, but pretty much always going to be fantastic. I think the track's just awesome. I'd love to go to it if it wasn't if it didn't have that stigma of being dangerous, unfortunately.
Yeah,
kind of a put down.
True.
But it just seems so cool. Like everything about it, I think is just awesome, and it's awesome to drive in the video games as well. It's good.
That is
good.
true.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with that part.
Anyway, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about Qatar? Is there anything else you want to touch on?
We can talk about. Let's talk about feeder series before we go on to this.
Feeders, okay.
So let's talk about Giro.
All right, we'll talk about Guan Yu Zhou and sad Jesus noises. Yeah,
and let's talk. And we'll also give a little bit of a thought to Callum either.
I'm sorry, Callum's gone. Callum has disappeared. He's probably going to go to IndyCar. Piastri's the next one.
I don't see.
Piastri.
It sucks though because I thought he's a decent driver. He's a very good driver. But,
without doubt, yeah. So is Schwartzman as well. Both of them fantastic.
Yeah, and I did see like I saw like Dominicali's like he was talking about how this like Zoe is sorry, how do you say his last name?
Joe.
Zoe. The way he Joe.
Yeah.
Joe. Yeah, there we go. How him coming up from F2 is proof that the feeder system works, but it's not.
It is a little bit. I mean, I did see. I went on Instagram before, and it did say that 9 drivers on the grid now came from Formula One, which was Formula Two, which is like, yeah, not bad from different.
Yeah, but I think it's just different from the past, right? Because the reality is like statistically at least, I wiped the floor with it. Like yeah, and I'm not gonna like, you can't, and you can't blame Sauber either because it makes 100% sense.
Alpha Sauber.
Yeah.
Alfa Romeo Racing Orland, thank you.
No, thank you.
Car number 99, Robert Kubica. Do you remember that? That was from Monza earlier on. He's so confused. He thought it was 88's Kubica, 99's Giovinazzi. It's just just feel bad for this guy. Sorry, we were meant to be talking about Joe, but now we're talking about Callum Ilott. But anyway, let's continue.
No, but anyway, like I think it's just one of those things where it makes sense for them because ultimately, from everything I've seen, it seems like he's staying for 1 year, and that money will make all the difference to that team. It's not a small amount of money.
I don't think he'd stay. I think he'll stay longer than a year. Even if his performances are a bit crap, the money's going to be good, and like. I just think, imagine if Formula One got an American driver and a Chinese driver. It wouldn't be war. I was going to say it'd be war, but no. But like the market domination that would occur in both those markets, it's like you can get behind it. Like, yes, a team's cool, like Haas, but they're Russian now. Like getting a driver in with that nationality, with the personality, and I think that's really strong, especially with a competitive team.
That is true, but you're forgetting about one thing, which is Porsche.
Very fair point. Yes, I understand what you mean. Yeah, he's fantastic.
Theoretically, he should be ready for a seat in 2023.
Mm-hmm. I would argue Piastri as well. Yeah,
and the thing is, in that case,
what's going to happen?
This is a great stopgap solution. In my opinion, like you get $30 million, yeah, you lose Giovinazzi, but you get $30 million. Like at the end of the day, it is a business. It's not.
And Giovinazzi takes the Formula E truck. He's going to FE, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's going with Andretti, I think.
So I think I saw that too. Yeah.
Sorry, not Andretti. Sorry, Team Penske. So
Penske. Sorry. Okay, they're American, aren't they?
Yeah. Like they're like Dragon Team.
They're American. They're Andretti. It's fine.
they both have like multiple teams, like so it's fine. It's close enough.
That's it. Yeah. Oh well, hopefully he does well. Good on.
Unfortunately, it's not the greatest team. Like it's.
Hey, we'll see what happens.
Like they've come second to last, like for the last like 4 seasons or something like that. So it's.
It's like watch FE.
Yeah, I me love it. Anyway.
I don't know. It is what it is. But anyway, back to Joe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you want to say something.
No, I was just going to talk about Jimmy, but it's fine.
No, everyone just keeps forgetting him, so might as well forget him. No, go ahead.
It felt interesting, like his posts after when the news broke. Did you see those posts?
No, I
One of
heard that.
them,
Maybe I did actually. Yeah, but maybe I didn't read
yeah,
the comment. Go ahead.
yeah. No, it was like F1 is emotion, talent, cars versus speed. But when
And
money
cash.
rules, it can be ruthless. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Of course, why not? Actually, the one thing I was going to mention, like I was reading through some of the comments on F1's Instagram page, people are
Hmm.
brutal.
About who?
Like, obviously, it's like, oh, it's the internet, but like everything about Zhou on like a post is just like, yeah, nice cash, nice China, nice money. It's like, bro, let it like, yeah, he might not be fantastic, but like, he's
But
there
I
for
think
his money. It's like, and then I saw something about a shoe collection, like a shoe collection or fashion index. It's like, I wish my parents had enough cash to buy me whatever I want. Relax,
yeah,
James. What are you getting upset for?
that
Doesn't
is the
solve anything,
internet.
and just like
But
it's just
that
irritating.
is like ultimately that is the
Leave it
internet,
alone.
right?
Not
But at the
you.
same time, I think that comes down from the fact that like I'm not defending anyone here, but I think it comes down from the fact that as like most sport fans hope that the people that get into the
But you want
positions
the
they get
best
into,
talent in there, right?
yeah.
And
And the thing
honestly,
is,
we don't think Joe's the best of the talents, right?
and
We've
if
talked about this,
for
but
a series that claims to be the pinnacle of
motorsport, well, it's
motorsport, they have a few drivers that aren't definitely at the pinnacle
well, that's right.
of
Well,
driving.
now, like if you consider Joe like a pay driver, that's 1/5 of the grid that's pay drivers. You got the two
Yeah,
Canadians, Stroll and Latifi. You got Mazepin, now Joe. And I'm sure, like every other driver, has significant backing. I think. Um, let me go through who that. Like Perez has significant backing,
yeah.
right? I think Norris does as well. Maybe not.
I don't
I think
know
he just
what.
comes from a wealthy family.
Yeah,
The only two big ones that I can think of that probably came from nothing. I don't know about Vettel. Maybe Vettel did as well, but
I
Hamilton
think
and
Battle
Ocon,
is comes from a
they
fairly
modest
like not.
background.
Yeah, I think both of the like I think if you take like in terms of like socioeconomic standards, I think
Yeah,
Ocon was he wins that race.
I think he's
In,
probably wins or tied
um,
with Hamilton. Yeah, they literally have come
yeah,
from nothing. That's
yeah,
great.
I think ultimately that's what people want to see, and I don't think you can fault people for saying that. It's just the way they go
I
about it
want to
as
see.
well. Um,
Yeah,
and because the thing is ultimately there's nothing wrong. Thing is, if he comes next year and he definitively is competitive against Mister
Mr.
Robotas,
Valtteri Bottas. Yeah, I'll
then
be super happy. Absolutely, we
yeah,
never
then
know. Like he might actually be really good, right?
and the thing is, like people, if he is equivalent to in performance to Bottas, people can't say much because the thing is, at the end of the day, people shit on Bottas for not being able to beat Hamilton, but at the same time, he's
It's
been
Hamilton
no, but he's been fairly competitive during his
in
time at.
qualifying. I wouldn't say the races, but in qualifying, yes.
Yeah, but at the same time, if at the end of the day, how many second places has he brought home? If he was a shit driver, he wouldn't have like. Yes, the car's
Okay, no. Now I think you're saying something else. Now you're saying he's a good driver and plays a very good team role, right? Works very well with Hamilton, but I don't think he's on Hamilton's like
Oh no, no,
level of caliber.
I'm not saying he's a Hamilton level driver, but at the same time, he's a much better driver than people given
Oh,
credit for.
okay, all right, yeah, for sure. I
If that
misunderstood.
makes
I
sense, like
apologize. Yeah, for sure.
it's pretty much like Barrichello syndrome. Like it's they're just
Oh, the
because
curse of the bees.
like it's one of those things where like he's a good driver. It's just he's next to one of the greatest drivers of all time, and it just doesn't work out well.
Yeah,
Like
Barrichello and Bottas. Yeah, that's exactly right. Against Schumacher
yeah,
and Hamilton.
hmm,
Two of the goats. Probably the
yeah,
goats, right? Up with Senna, probably Prost as well, I would say. Um, I don't know about like Mansell and PK. Lauda, up with Lauda.
hmm,
Probably Stewart too, Jackie Stewart, and Fangio, right? Like,
yeah.
and Brabham, of course. But just like incredible caliber.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever. We'll see.
Now let's
Played
let's
by
go
them.
to the actual topic that we were supposed to talk about.
About
which
Guan Yu Zhou. Well, let's see how it goes. He might be all right. But I think
Yeah.
it's good to have more nationalities on the grid, I guess.
Like it's
Unfortunately,
great
we're
to have
replacing
new drivers.
Italia, but whatever. It is what it is. Andrea will be
Yeah.
making sad noises.
There will
But-
be a day when there'll be another Italian driver. It's just a matter of time, I think.
It was a long time before. Oh no, well, what's his name was in it? Force India driver in early 2010s. Whatever. It escapes my mind. Anyway, yeah, it'll come back to me. But yeah, fair enough. I would like to see, but I don't know. It is what it is. Happy Alex Albon's coming back. That's Thailand. That's good. English Thai. But anyway, no, but look, I don't know much about Zhou. Like he's second in F2 now, considerably behind Piastri, but he's still second. Right, still doing well. It's I think his third season in F2. Is that right?
That's great.
Piastri's first.
I think so. I'm not actually. I think it's probably It's either second. I think I would say it's.
I'm pretty confident it's his third, mate, because I think he did 2 with Renault, and then this one now with Alpine. I think it was 2019 and 20 with Renault, and obviously 21 with Alpine. I'm pretty confident with that, but I could be wrong. I will say though, I'm happy a Chinese driver's coming in because the China market's going to grow, and the more things grow, the better they get. Right? The more Formula One grows, the higher Liberty Media stock price goes, and yeah.
So what you're telling me is that we must buy stuff.
No, but this is it's good. You know, more popularity is best. I mean, obviously China don't have access to all the social medias, and probably Netflix as well. Well, don't have access, but it's still good, right? Still good.
Yeah, and I think ultimately he deserves the benefit of the doubt.
Excuse
he deserves the benefit of the doubt. If
for sure, yeah. Just like
there have been worse
Stroll
drivers with less accomplishments in F1, and statistically, he doesn't seem like a bad driver. Like he's not a great driver, if that makes sense. Or he might be. Who knows?
We'll find out.
At least, yeah,
definitely better than me. Definitely better than
100%. So what are you talking about?
No, I'm the best.
I could have beaten Hamilton.
I can beat Hamilton in his car.
I can beat him in his sleep.
Oh yeah.
That's what I need him to do, sleep, so I can beat him.
That's right. Oh, all right. Should we talk about what else can we talk? There's heaps of stuff, right? But just I don't know. I'm tired. That's probably not good. It's not good to say when we're recording something and putting it on the internet. Oh, I'm tired. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm like, gosh. Oh, whatever. So Qatar looks all right. See what happens. It's on at 1 a.m., which is a big from me, but what can you do?
Yeah, why? Just why?
So yeah, I'll be watching it Monday night when I get home from work.
Yeah, I think I'll be doing the same.
So I'll be just ignoring social media, which is fine, but just get rid of all that, avoid the news blast. Hopefully no one that I work with mentions anything. I'll inform them not to say anything. So yeah, I just hear how much I'm wearing left. Oh! No, anyway. But I'm excited to see. Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm excited to see what it's like. Honestly, got no idea. Again, keep saying no idea because I have no idea, right? And it's fantastic. We would have thought Red Bull would have been fastest in Brazil. They weren't. We thought, they would have been fastest in Mexico. They were, fair enough, but Mercedes knocked out qualifying, right? We thought Mercedes would have been faster at Coda, Red Bull. It's love it because you cannot predict it. So I'm going to say Mercedes and I'm going to say Red Bull. One of them's going to be fastest in Qatar. See how I'm covering my bases? Diversifying my portfolio.
Not putting all your eggs in the same basket.
Yeah, see? Just have to stop. Sorry. Anyway, what do you think is going to happen in Qatar?
It seems like just like a bunch of like medium to high speed corners, like which I guess is good for. Well, it's good for Mercedes. It's also good for McLaren. McLaren's fairly good at those types of things.
Stuff. It seems like Monza 2021. Yeah. That's what I was going to talk about. Sorry to cut you off. Actually, I won't cut you off. You finish, then I'll talk about it.
Okay. So I think it's likely, especially now that it's a new engine as well, that Mercedes will figure it out.
Hamilton.
Yeah, I think that's the case. I don't know where, unless Red Bull's willing to be like, okay, let's just throw everything at it, and turn up the engine, which they probably can't, considering it's a fairly it's had how many 4 races or something in it now already.
Don't know.
Or more than
that. Don't remember. Russia was right.
Yeah.
After Russia, we had Turkey, Qatar. Yeah, 4. Turkey, Qatar, Mexico, Brazil. So this will be the 5th race.
So maybe they really can't turn it up at this point. So if that's the case, I don't know what they can actually do. And if Mercedes, their power is to be believed, or if Hamilton's pace from Brazil isn't a one-off, like if it wasn't just one of these things where Hamilton has those instances where he just something goes wrong, right? And then it comes back insanely well in the next race. It's happened many times, and maybe it's just one of and maybe it's just one of those things where it's just a one-off. But if this is his performance level going for the next few races, I don't honestly see they can take another engine next race. Not in Qatar. They can just take another one in Saudi Arabia. Why not? If that's the pace that they have, and that's what Hamilton's capability.
Can't overtake. Qatar, Saudi are unknown.
That's
Abu Dhabi's changed. We'll see what Abu Dhabi's like.
Well, the thing is that people say that Qatar, that Brazil isn't great for overtaking, and
they said the opposite. They said you can absolutely overtake. Verstappen was just taking the piss when he said that.
It's true, I guess.
That's my thoughts anyway. Yeah, turn 1, turn 4. I think golden opportunities to overtake. I think.
You do have a point. Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things where we don't actually know until we get there.
We drive the car? No, so we don't know.
But I want to say, I know you went with the middle of the road cop out, but I think I'm going to go with Mercedes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go with Haas winning it.
Okay.
Because 18 cars are going to DNF.
You know what? Considering how interesting Portimao last year was, when they went for the first time, and how much carnage kind of occurred.
Oh, do you mean Mugello?
Yes, sorry, Mugello. That was
yeah. I was like, hold on. Portimao actually wasn't I thought Portimao would be good, but it wasn't that good. But yeah, Mugello, there was half the field DNF'd.
Exactly. So maybe it's just gonna be one of those things where
could be
they just
I wouldn't be
fail to adapt.
I wouldn't say no to
the shit show. Yeah, well, considering I don't know if you saw the video from the F1 channel on YouTube, it seems like the runoff isn't that much if you make a mistake. So
in
Qatar,
I haven't seen it. Okay,
so it
I did
seems
see one
fairly
in Saudi, and that looks fast. Unless
am I now making mistakes? Was it Saudi that I thought?
Hey, look, it's a possibility, bro. But
I don't know.
I haven't been on F1 YouTube for a while.
No,
Jeddah.
The Jeddah Corniche circuit or whatever
is in Saudi Arabia.
My bad. Okay. See, I can't deal with this. Just tell me where it is instead of
Jeddah. It's the capital of Saudi. I think it's a capital. If I'm wrong, sorry, Saudis. It's a city in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Banned from the country. Anyway, probably shouldn't be putting this online. It's all good. Yeah, look, see how it goes. I'm intrigued to see what it's like. Intrigued to see what the track's like. Obviously, MotoGP have been there as well as other tracks, but I'm keen to see what it's like with a Formula One car. That'd be interesting. Like all different sectors. I don't know the distance of it. I think the distance is actually like on the longer side. It doesn't matter. Yeah, but it is what it is. Yeah, oh no, 5.38 Ks. That's not too bad actually. Yeah, it's 50. It's like Albert Park. It is. Yeah, so it's. I think Albert Park's 58 laps. It's 57 laps. Yeah, should be interesting. So it's one of the longer ones. It's longer than Brazil, but it's not like a Spa Francorchamps. That's probably
actually, now that I look at it, it reminds. It's kind of like now.
It's weird, isn't it? It looks like a. It looks like a. Almost like a crown, or like a piece of coral in the sea.
Yeah, it's an interesting shape.
Yeah, it's very interesting. You know, you got those 90-degree corners on turns 4 and 5, the hairpin at 6, and then like I don't even know what you call that. Yeah, it looks interesting. There we go.
Yeah,
a lot of high-speed 90-degree corners.
It really does look like a coral, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, right? Yeah. Just like have you seen what Spa looks like, right?
Yeah.
It looks like a phase pistol from Star Trek. It does. I'm not joking. Like it looks like the pointy ears and the holder. It's a phase pistol from Star Trek. If anyone actually manages to watch this in the future and you agree, like, yeah, let us know. Because it is. It's a phase pistol. Anyway, yeah.
I think it should be like it. I was just taking a look because I made the mistake of looking at the wrong circuit. There is runoff. It's not like it's.
Yeah, Qatar's a racetrack. It's not a street circuit.
Yeah, the thing is, it's not great runoff. Like, if you do make mistakes in like certain areas, you're gonna pay.
Fair enough.
But yeah, like this in some corners have barely any like.
Yeah, barely any runoff.
Like, if that makes sense, like like runoff into the direction that you're turning into isn't that great in some of the corners, which is interesting.
Okay, it is interesting.
It's fairly tight.
But we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's not a procession. Yeah. All right, I think that's it.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
GG, Joe.